You're looking, and then that piece, it's there. Now, who cares about that piece? You got what leads to the next thing.
Was that because of the Ice Age?
You know, what's amazing to me is why this is so interesting.
Right.
It's not to me.
No?
No. It's a curiosity, but it doesn't change my directives for my life plan.
Oh yeah, I mean, same. I'm just very curious to see. It's always like very fascinating to find out something that was in the past, and everyone's like, "Oh, is this real or is this not real?"
Well, because
it's
it's rearranging your paradigm. My paradigm, I rearranged.
What is paradigm?
Well, my orientation of myself in the universe, my perspective on things, and for me, I'm okay believing that Atlantis happened. I'm okay believing that there was things there that contributed to today's mythology and future civilizations after that, Greek, Roman, all these other things. I'm okay with extraterrestrials interacting in key ways with the planet. I'm okay with all those things, so I don't need to be convinced in order to go about I don't get it, I'm not stopped.
Nothing's gonna change, right? Like whatever.
No, things would change. That spaceship landed out there and I went on it, I'd come back with a story. I mean,
Well,
things would change.
right. But like if someone's talking about the past, oh, was this real or was this not real? Like whether it was or wasn't isn't gonna change your future.
It's not gonna change how I move forward.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not gonna
It
change your
changes
future.
how I frame things. Like I go, oh, okay, well, I'll listen to someone's story about Atlantis because I'm curious, but I'm not going to dedicate 20 years of research to Atlantis. This is not my thing.
Yeah, some people do that, and like
it's okay.
It's kind of. I'm also kind of curious, and I probably would also do it. But like, what's the purpose of it, right?
That's what I'm saying. Is that
like,
I'm willing to give a certain amount of energy to the past.
Yeah.
Because I'm already unwillingly giving a lot of energy to the past. My problems from childhood, my past life carryovers. That's already using enough juice. So
yeah.
They're curiosities, but at 56, I'm okay kind of going this way. Every now and again, something will allow me to connect the dots, and I get intensely interested in something for a little bit, and then I kind of put it in its puzzle place. It's
like, you're like, oh, cool.
Well, think about it. When you build a puzzle, right? You're looking, and then that piece, it's there. Now, who cares about that piece? You got what leads to the next thing.
That's a good analogy. You're always good with those. You're like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
either way.
Let's do another question.
Yes, thank you. So all that water that would have covered the Atlantis got sucked back up into glaciers?
I have no idea. I don't think it got sucked.
It certainly didn't get sucked into it.
Redistributed, perhaps. Could you imagine the weatherman? We have a giant sucking coming.
Oh, God.
They get tornadoes and cyclones, but...
Ban. All right, so did the water get sucked back into it, redistributed
with a giant fucking straw?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, thank you.
Very spongy, that North Pole.
Yeah.
Was Atlantis actually on Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those on Atlantis were closer to the other dimensions, so they could, communicate with the other dimensions very easily. It was because there wasn't any question about it. Is what I was.
But it was on Earth. Okay. We just weren't sure about the location. You just don't know where on Earth.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Did Atlantis actually sink?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Atlantis unsunk again in the desert?
I was told Atlantis sunk several times.
Okay, so there was a way to unsink it? Or it was
I
some
don't know.
sort of...
It was the first time I heard that.
Right.
I had two things that caught my attention. One is the tremendously gradual decline over 1,000 years of the vibrational excellence of Atlantis, if you can call it.
So when that happens, does it mean the civilization just falls apart, so to speak? Like
well, I don't know, because maybe it was the people with the high vibratory rate. They could manipulate weather. They could. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this, man. I'm just a dude.
Yeah, but like you say, someone like came out of vibrational rate that was, so to speak, needed to succeed or to advance, right? So they degraded. Their vibrational went down. in my brain right now, vibrational rate is someone's like going, you know, like
No,
someone's vibrating.
Right, so vibrational rate, in my understanding, is aligned with a spiritual understanding.
Yeah, I get
It's not
that.
just, oh, I vibe faster, I talk faster. The vibrational rate is, I think, like a metric for a person's spiritual understanding. That's how I associate vibratory rate. It's very simply, it's probably a hell of a lot more to it, but the simple aspect is that a higher vibrational rate means you're less, the physical is a kind of a low vibratory rate. And so if you're a higher vibratory rate, you have access to understanding the physical, and B, C, D, F, whatever, that there's a connection to other things beyond the five senses, beyond the physical. Don would always spit out one statistic, and he'd say, the physical universe is only 2% of the universe.
Wow.
The physical universe. And I don't know where that number came from, but it was something to hold on to just say that the physical universe is big, and people try to get their head around that. But what if that's just very small?
Yeah.
And the other universes on higher dimensions are tremendously more vast. You know, pretty cool.
That would be pretty crazy because the universe is always expanding, supposedly.
I think so.
And that is still physical, something that we can sort of observe. Obviously, we can't like observe everything because as it's expanding,
Well,
it's faster than we can see.
To a human body, the other universes would be like, oh my God, so big. But if your spirit has immediate access to all these other places, by thought you travel. You don't need a spaceship per se. But imagine if you had it's kind of like this thought came to mind about a backstage pass. If you have I wonder if this is it. You have a higher vibration rate, you can go places that others can't. Remember we talked a long time ago, I said I had that meditation that I perceived the sun as being inhabited. But if I dragged my body to the sun, it's done, toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like that my brain is like, as it stands now, not capable of doing a lot of things. I don't know, it gets all tangled up.
It's like when you space out and you think of something, or like you imagine something, you imagine what you're gonna do or what you did in the past. You know how like you space out? Mm-hmm. It's like this state of dreaming almost.
Yeah.
Is that kind of similar to being able to travel by thought? Could be, right? Or like when you're just dreaming.
Well,
You're not physically going anywhere, but you're
well.
somewhere else.
I think there's different types of dreams, but there's lucid dreaming, which is you're out of your body.
Yeah, I've been there. I've had
connected
dreams.
to it.
like
Others
that.
is like this echo of the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you asked about vibrational rate. And
Yes.
my current understanding of that is that it's not just the higher voltage.
I know it's obviously not like someone's vibrating, you know, but I just
It
want
doesn't mean
more
someone's
elaboration.
smarter. Like someone could have a very high vibrational rate and not necessarily be like the mathematician, you know, or have this memory stuff. I don't think it's expressed. I don't think a person's vibratory rate is fully expressed in the physical. I think it's like dialed down for most. And he said there are many things that are vibrationally aligned to happen. He said, however, they can be softened. And he said, for example, instead of a big earthquake in California, he said many little ones. You know, like that shifting can happen in smaller doses, if you will. If I came across something that was very compelling to me, I would move my position. But at the moment, I have no. This doesn't make me move my position about anything. So.
Okay.
Did Atlantis sink due to shifting of the poles?
I don't think so. I think it was a gradual decrease in vibrational understanding, and then there was conflict.
Yeah. Either over power, over land, or both.
They talked about this large tower that was a power center. Yeah. It's pretty neat stuff.
Interesting.
And you could see it, and the kids would learn telepathy young, and
I heard something like that, yeah. So people were a lot more advanced in certain areas.
Well, imagine if you don't have to work, and you don't have to support your body in the same way. You don't have rent concerns. You could spend your day. What mattered was your spiritual development, your spiritual understanding, and you had all day and all of the educational structures were organized towards the advancement of your spiritual understanding. And none of this other BS parking ticket noise was in the way, none of this government stuff. But apparently they had a government, so.
Yes, thank you.
Do you remember the question?
Never.
Did Atlantis sink due to shifting of the poles?
Did Atlantis sink due to?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Did something else happen to cause Atlantis to sink? No, thank you.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
You're the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was the pole shift devastating?
The pole has shifted many times.
Right.
What is it, every 96,000 years or something? I don't
No, I think it's more recent than that. I think it's like every 12,000 years.
know. I don't think it's a flip every 12. I think it's a longer.
And I think we're due for one, and it hasn't happened yet.
It's been overdue, and it's, yeah.
What if it happens? Does it cause cataclysms?
Well, yeah, cold becomes warm, warm becomes cold, but global warming is acknowledged as changing this climate. I mean, we're in the middle of November, and we had 60 degrees yesterday.
Yeah. Fahrenheit, that is, for the ones in Europe.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yes, thank you. Are
was
we
devastating.
expected to experience a pole shift here? No.
Yeah, as
We
I
were expecting it for a while, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, so I asked Don about that years ago. This was back in the 80s, because earthquake, California, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he said there are many things that are vibrationally aligned to happen. He said, however, they can be softened. And he said, for example, instead of a big earthquake in California, he said many little ones. Like that shifting can happen in smaller doses, if you will. And so the flipping of the poles, I don't know. I don't know the science of where our poles are right now, right? Magnetic north, true north are different. And so I don't know.
How do poles flip? Does it just flip the planet?
No, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't know.
I don't
know. No,
I'm gonna do some research.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't heard that tape. I'm limited.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
Was a pole shift something that happened manually by some external force?
So it happened naturally then?
Yeah, it's not like someone threw a switch.
Right.
No, I think it has to do with planetary alignments and gravitational, and
So physics.
I think this has a lot to do with it, I would imagine,
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Supposedly someone did it. It's manual. So if God exists, maybe God is the one who just was like, let's switch poles.
Look,
today.
if I came across something that was very compelling to me, I would move my position. But at the
absolutely,
moment,
same.
I have no. This doesn't make me move my position about anything. So.
Okay.